Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So it's the month of August and we are going to paint poppy flower wreath, and I'm using this 300 GSM watercolor sheet. So when we say flower wreath, it is a decorative arrangement of foliages and flowers in a circular base. In the previous video we have learned how we can draw poppy flower. So if you don't want to make some loose flowers, you can draw specifically all these flower perspective in your wreath and then paint it accordingly. So I am creating a oval or a round kind of shape. You can do it roughly, you don't need any precise oval shape or round shape, and then you can draw some guideline for your flowers. So I want these many flowers into my wreath, and the position of the flower you can decide while creating these round shape. You can do the same thing for the flower bird as well, or you can directly start with the flower painting. But if you do something like this, you will get an idea how you are going to arrange your flowers in the flower wreath. So because my flower is on the loose side, I'm not creating any flower shape in here. I'm just directly doing some painting with the help of red color, because when we talk about poppy flowers, it usually come in red, which is the most common color for the poppy. And then you can just simply arrange the petals together. You can create some zigzag kind of structure like this to create one single petal, or you can simply draw some loose petals in a round shape or in a oval shape to get different perspective as well. So in this particular one, I have created one petal in the opposite direction and one big petal in the upward direction, and the negative space in between is needed. So keep a small negative space in between your flowers. And for the second one, I'm creating a U kind of petal, and then I'll cover this with the more petals, and then I'll also going to keep a negative space in between. So do not think like you are painting a poppy flower. Think you are painting some loose flower with the help of red color, and then we will convert into poppy while adding the ovary of the flower in between with the help of black color. So that's the reason why I always like to do this particular flower, especially in the loose form. You can also create some circular kind of structure like this, creating two stroke flowers having one negative space in between. So I'm going to repeat this for all the flower area that we have, and I'm using little lighter shade of red for the first layering. Then let it dry, and then you can also add some dark shade of red color in between these flowers. So I'm using crimson red. This red is on the cool side, and then you can use varieties of red to create more depth in your flowers. So now I'm using crimson red only, but the pigments of color is high this time, and I'm creating few more petals around it. You can do some overlapping as well while creating all these petals, and you can see we have the arrangement of petals in a dark shade and light shade, and we can also see little bit of overlapping in the petals. So something like this you can create. You don't have to copy what I'm doing. Just grab your brush and try to paint something like this, having a negative space in between, and this much is enough. Even you can paint some other flower if you want to, but it's the month of August, so I thought the poppy flower would be the best to use. Now with the help of black color, I am adding the ovary of the flower, and then it gives you a very nice feeling of poppy flowers in it. Adding black color into the negative space, you can also spread your black color little bit into the petals. So whenever I feel like few petals are still wet, I'm trying to spread those black color into those area. think this much is enough for the flowers. Now we can draw some strings to connect all these flowers together with the help of green color. So I'm not creating a straight line or tracing the oval shape that we have. I'm also doing little zigzag to make it look like multiple stems are angled with each other. And something like this you can do. Now with the help of green color itself, so this time I'm using sap green color, I'm creating this oval kind of shape to create flower birds. Again, these are very loose flowers and birds. I'm not doing anything fancy in here. I'm just creating an oval kind of shape. You can think about your own composition. I'm adding little bit dark shade of green at the tip of each flower birds. It is more like a leaf only. And then you can add some two stroke leaves like this with the help of yellow green color. So I have mixed little bit of green into the yellow color so that we should also get some contrast of color in our wreath. So I'm creating these basic leaves. These are not poppy leaves, these are simple leaves because we can arrange anything in our flower wreath, right? So I'm creating these very simple two strokes leaves with the help of yellow green color. And then I'm using olive green. So I have mixed dark green and purple, a little bit of purple together to create this shade. And then I'm creating a tree branches kind of a structure. So basically I have seen these kind of leaves in the poppy flowers, so I'm creating something like this, very simple. Just you need to create tree branches and divide those branches into sub branches. So something like this I'm doing in the different direction and fill the area with this particular structure. We can also add few more leaves. This time I am creating one stroke and two stroke leaves in between with the help of this beautiful dark shade of green. So you can use different shades of green obviously to create multiple foliages and leaves for the wreath. So add all these based on how much space you have, in which area, in which direction you want to create all these things. And I think this much is enough. I guess I can add few more in between. I think I should add one here and maybe one here. Now I also feel like we should add some other shades of flower in our wreath. So with the help of blue color I am creating two strokes like this, having little bit of negative space in between, or you can create a round shape directly. Just move your brush like this to create a round kind of shape. And we are not doing anything fancy in here. We are keeping our flower loose and simple so that anyone can paint even if you are a beginner. So fill the wreath with the blue color flowers like this and assume these are the poppy flowers only but smaller in size. So that's the reason I'm going to create black ovary for all the blue flower as well. But before that, make sure these flowers are not hanging, so these flowers should look like attached to the wreath itself. Now adding the black color inside the flower to create flower ovary, and don't overdo it. I think we are done with the flower wreath. Now I'm going to write something in between this particular flower wreath. So as it's the month of August, so I'm writing hello August, but you can write anything. You can convert it into greeting card as well if you want to, or you can use it as a greeting card for any occasion. Now with the help of pen, I am tracing everything what I have written with the help of pencil. My handwriting is not that good, so I always like to use pencil first. You can spend your time to write something beautiful in between in this particular card or in this particular painting. So I'm hoping this video is helpful for you guys, and do let me know if you have any feedback for me, and thank you so much for watching my videos. See you guys in the next video.